Hey, okay, so here we are with another mapping demonstration. This time we're going to be doing one in a cave, because caves are very different from forests, and quite frankly, I like forests better. Now, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to keep this video from being 7 hours long, but it's probably going to end up being 9 hours long, so let's just bear with that, because caves, cliffs, mountains take forever when done right. Alright, so I'm working on Ametrine Mountain here. This is a huge cave area. This is just going to be one small section of the cave, again, for the purpose of not taking forever, because, dear lord, it does. But if I can stay focused, I should be able to get through this relatively quickly, especially since I've chosen a somewhat smaller room. So, that's a thing. We're going to start, you guys can't see this window because my video editor won't capture it, but I'm adjusting the size of the map. We're gonna, I have to guess here for now, pretty much. I will adjust this later, but I'm gonna say that we're gonna be 40 wide and we will try 25, I don't know, 25, 30. Let's do 30 just to be safe. Tall. So that's that. Alright, lower layer. We're gonna grab our base tile here and just fill in everything so it's not white. It's still white, but now it's not blank white, it's Snow White. Not the princess. Okay, so I talk about this a lot, but really, when you're making an area, especially a dungeon that has to have good design and such, which everything should have good design and such, you should sketch it out first, or at least have some kind of concrete plan of what you're going to make. Otherwise, you're just gonna be doing whatever, and it's gonna be a problem. No problem. I have it sketched out here. I have a huge, 5 papers full of every map in this entire giant Omni cave. So I know exactly what I'm going here for, but it's difficult to translate it right into the editor. So what I'm going to start doing is just kind of drop some stuff on the map where I know that it's going to be approximately, and we will go from there. So the first thing is that there is a giant waterfall. In the center it is 6 tiles wide, which I know because this waterfall runs through the entire mountain, and I've already made it 6 different times. Trust me, it is annoying to make. I do not enjoy doing this. Caves are so annoying, but it is a necessary evil. Next thing is there's another waterfall over here. This one's only 3 tiles wide, but it is tall. A decision which I may regret. And you know what? I can already tell that this isn't going to work. So I'm just gonna make it 50. And I'm gonna use this lefter tool. Grab that because, there's so much detail that we've already put into this map. Look at those boxy waterfall tiles. Anyway, what else do we have? We have water, obviously. There's not going to be any water in front of this one for reasons that will be explained in the future. However, there is water in front of you. So just gonna draw that down. I'm not caring about the boundaries right now or making it look good. That'll all come later. I'm just getting a general layout. This water is gonna be like that-ish. And then there's I do need to make it taller. Whoops. 5 should be enough. Okay. The reason I had to make it taller there is because I realized that I'm going to have part of the map going up behind this waterfall, which means I need to give it space to exist. So there's gonna be some water, forgot what I wanted to do with that. There's gonna be some water, around here. We'll go with that. And then, everybody is so excited for this mechanic. Boom! Ice. We're gonna have ice in most of this main area, and I want it up here too. So now I have a general idea of what the important areas the player can traverse is. There's going to be some blank space around here. But now the real fun part is elevation, cliffs, terrain. This is going to be 80%. No, probably 90% of the time I put in per map is just making sure the elevation is right. So let's start. Whenever you're working on any kind of maps, or even just drawing, I think, well, maybe not drawing people and such, but other things like locations, I just start with what I know. So in this case, like, I know there's going to be cliff tiles down the side of the waterfall. Well, the waterfall's also going to be under a shadow, so let me put that on. And then there's a bit in the front. This is why there's no water in front of this waterfall, because it's going down to the floor below. It's also coming down, down from the floor above. So there's that, and then I know that these tiles are going to be... Boom. That is not actually the tile I wanted. Boom. Thank you. These are going to be these side pieces. And then I have a special edge I made for the waterfall. Now you'll notice I'm working with a lot of custom tiles here, like pretty much... Okay, all this I got from a tile set. I'm referring to the tile set. All this I got from the tile set that I found somewhere. These are color edits. No, these I got from, I think, Fire Red Leaf Green. But everything below this point is like custom tiles that I've edited. So, I mean, like, it's important that you're willing to change your tile sets to suit your needs. Like, get used to spreading, get graphic scale. Watch my spreading tutorials if you're not comfortable doing that, they will help. But graphic scale is so good, and you can set it up to grids so you see where your tile boundaries are, so you need to change your tiles if you're going to make a unique environment. And make an environment that fits together. A lot of people really avoid they shy away from changing stuff because they're like, oh, I don't know how to sprite. We'll learn. I never really learned how to sprite. I just kind of kept doing stuff with games. Anyway, this is me yelling at people for not changing their tile sets. Change them. All of this is custom. And I end up using a lot of this. I mean, by custom, I mean edits, but still. Anyway, so we have that. That's the thing that I know is going to happen over here as well. This waterfall is also coming down from above. I'm going to scoot it over just a little bit. Replace the area that I blanked out because of that. We're gonna just kind of giving the water a better rounded shape. I might have that on a lower level. I think I wanted to have that on a lower level. So, alright, gonna do the side tiles on here. Take the dark ones for up, wrong there. Take the dark ones for up here. And the rest will be normal lightness. Let me zoom in so you can see the difference when I talk about the dark edges. With these tiles here, basically, because there is a shadow on this part of the waterfall, I want the edges of the tiles around it to be a little bit darker. Just so that it blends better. Because like if I do that, that edge really stands out. That works as well, but I want it to be contrasted a little bit. So I could just use the dark edge for everything, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, these are gonna come down. These are gonna come down. I'm actually going to bend these edges in, because I know that this is what I'm gonna do with it. There are a million cliff direction, elevation things I need to do with this map, but I'm just gonna start with the ones I know. And when I do this, I usually start, by that I mean I almost always start working with the corners and placing them where I know I want the cliff to be, so that way I can see the edge of where I'm going to come in from. Let me demonstrate, because that was terribly explained. I'm going to start the corner. I know that the cliff is going to run down this way, so I'm going to place corner here. It's going to come this way, like that. You know, so we have the corners. I can tell at a glance that this edge is going to go that way. It's also going to go here, so there's a corner, 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 and it's going to go back up there. I don't normally like an edge this straight, but it's fine. Sorry, Eternal Edge. You can't be straight. Alright. The other half of the corners, which is these bendy bits that connect them. That's the technical term, bendy bits. So that these go like here. think I'm gonna do a second layer of elevation around this water. Yeah, let's do that. I have room. Well, I have plenty of room actually. So if I don't overcrowd, let's see, how tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then yeah, I am going to do 2 levels, that way these are on the same height, elevation, whatever. Hopefully you'll see what I mean by that in a bit. Here I am not going by the corners like I just said I always do. Let me actually do that. I don't like putting them right up against the corner like this all the time. I would try and space it out a bit, but I'm trying to conserve room for now. So, and the reason I don't try to avoid doing it this cleanly is just because that ends up making really rigid looking maps. It's more natural if there's some, you know, rocky spaces where the edge juts out and stuff. So anyway, gotta clean up these corners again. Probably shouldn't do over the music. Okay. So I know I'm gonna have a staircase here, so I'll just put that in right now. I'm gonna do these 2 on the lower tiles. And this part goes on the upper, I think it was here. And then you're going to, oops, that should be on the second layer. There we go, there's a staircase. Alright, so what is next? I'm looking at my sketch right now. I think I'm going to have the elevation come down like that. So that's going to look like there, and with this I'm really just trying to make a smooth edge. Not like super smooth, but something that looks like it's naturally formed. Not just a straight line, basically. There, that's good. So let's put in the, whoops. Let's put in these other corner bits, the bendy bits. And then connect them just so we have an idea of what we're looking at. Don't get confused. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to do another one like that. I think I'm gonna run out of space to put these if I don't. So yeah, let's go for another layer. When I say space to put these, I mean it's going to be pretty difficult because I have to like bring these edges out all the here and then here and then here. It's gonna get pretty wide. We'll see. It's difficult to manage. That's been probably the biggest challenge with making this area in specific, is just having this waterfall jutting through the center. But it will be hashtag worth, I promise myself. So I'm going to want another staircase up here so the player can, you know, get to the section. I'm putting the staircase on the lower layer rather than the second layer that I'm putting the cliffs on. And the reason I'm putting the cliffs on the second layer is because there is transparent area on the cliff tiles. So if I were to put that on the lower layer, the transparent background would show through. Putting it on the second layer also allows me to use these tiles down here, which are evidence of the ones that I'm currently using with the snow cap, but this is the snow cap removed, so that I can put these tiles on things that are not snow, which is useful. Hopefully that made sense. Second reason I'm putting the stairs, no, this is not the second reason, this is a different idea completely. I'm putting the stairs in the lower level because they are a full tile, and there's no variations that would be confusing. So since they're a full tile, there's no transparency that's going to shine through. It's easier just to keep them on that lower layer where I'm less likely to erase them if I, for instance, delete all the cliffs. Let's not delete all the cliffs. Let's keep making cliffs, because that's the point here. I don't want this to take 3 hours. So I don't know what I want to do with the section yet, so I'm going to go do something else. I'll figure it out later. I I do know that I want this water to be on a continually elevated area. So we're going to start shaping that up so this cliff can come down here reasonably. Like boom, 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 boom. Like that? No, not like that. That's too straight, I think. No heterophobia intended. So we'll have the cliff come around like this. And then I could have it go back up. I'm not sure if I want to have it go back up. I don't think I want to have it go back up on this side, so I'm just going to have it keep going down. Add the bendy bits. Now, I don't like how this is so angular here, and really it's only that way because I have the water there, so I'm gonna not do that. What did I just do? I misclicked and scrolled over to the other side. No big deal. I kind of want this section to go up a little bit more so there's a room for a staircase. I could just make a shorter staircase, but since I've already established these staircases as each being 3 tiles wide, I want to keep these 3 tiles wide. Excuse me. I just choked on my own water because I am graceful like that. Alright, so next thing to do, I think I am going to have a bit. I'm okay, I swear. I think I am going to have a bit of the elevation come up around this way, just so that there's a barrier that stops the player from kind of walking off the left edge forever. So... I'm good. I know how to drink proper. The only time I have a drinking problem is when I try to drink anything. It's unfortunate, really. Okay, let's just move on. That never happened. I don't care about placing upper layer tiles over the water right now because I know I'm just going to change the water in a second. Let's move this one over. Make a more natural looking curve. When I say more natural looking, there's really no rules for how to achieve that. It's just what looks good to you. And that's something that I think you'll probably get a taste for as you spend more time mapping if you're working on this. So that is going to go off the edge somewhere. Fix up the water stuff. There is one rule when it comes to... So that's my parrot. He's very not happy right now. Who knows why. There is one rule when it comes to mapping, like if something to avoid, and that is the rule of 3. Generally, try to avoid putting things 3 tiles wide, 3 tiles in a row, whatever. Bless me. The reason that is because it just looks too human and orderly when you do that. It's not that you can never put 3 around, but it was a common mistake in the RPG Maker community to do that. And I think part of that might just be because a lot of the original RPG Maker 2003 tile sets came in sets of 3 tiles. But even so, it's just something to look out for. Like this, even this is like a 3x3 area. So it's not like I would want to just drop that down there. I can't even drop it down there, I'm bad. Whatever. I don't want to anyway, so that's fine. Stupid Babaka tiles! It's not like I wanted you to be placed or anything. Anyway, I'm gonna do this next level of elevation. I kind of want it to go like in an arc up here, I think. No, I want it to be circles like spilling down, so I want like a... There is a circle tool and I am going to use it. Excuse me. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of some of this water so I can keep track of stuff. Hello? Right layer might help. Maybe. I'll think about it. Alright, so I want this to be like a circle, and then circle, circle. I don't usually use the circle tool, which is why I'm like, wow, this thing exists. Circle. I'm hella gonna touch those up, but yeah, that's not gonna work. I would put another circle there just to look pretty, but it's gonna run into these cliffs, so that's not gonna work. You know what? Yellow. I'm gonna put it up here. Make another layer. Alright. So anyway, let's touch that. Well, no, let's do the cliffs, then I'll touch it up. So the first circly bit is gonna like intersect this body of water down here. I think I'm gonna make these traversable with waterfall, because that's gonna be a little bit tedious to have to go up like 4 different waterfalls, but I think it'll look really cool. And isn't that what's important? So let's bring this circly bit like that. I kind of don't like how that's so curvy right there. I want it to bend in. Like that. Okay, so let me fill in the bendy bits. I just made that term up like at the start of the video, by the way. Next thing, so that circle is like right there. I want another one that intersects that one. So that's gonna look like that. But then that's also running into this circle. So that would look like that. Let's say yes. Well, that doesn't need to be a corner. Just fill in these real quick. This next circle is going to come down like this. I feel like this video hasn't taken very long yet, but I know when I look it's going to have been like 13 years. Give or take a few. Let's not do that. Alright, next one is gonna be like... That's a problem. I need this circle to come up on the edge here. Actually. Because I can't have the player walking past this section. There we go. Problem not solved at all. What am I talking about? There we go. Problem now solved. This is also going to need to come up. But for now... Huh. I kinda don't like this. Let's try this. This might look really bad and I might reverse it immediately. But let's try it anyway. It's not too bad actually. Cool. So then I want a circly bit over here. Oh, this is the part that I want 2 separate circles. I'm not sure how that's gonna work, to be honest. I don't think that is gonna work. Okay, so I'll just make that a double layer waterfall. This one may not even be accessible, because there's no way that they can waterfall up to that. Can they waterfall everything else? Yes, they can. Cool. Alright. Anyway, that's gonna be awkward concerning the crest thing. But I will get over it. Alright, I wanna do it like... there. I need to do the tops of the thing too. This is not going to work. Because I brought this up much higher, in a manner of speaking, like vertically on the map than I intended to. It's going to intersect this. I could just move the ice puzzle down here and have the water section be here, and I might do that. But let me finish this. I'm just going to erase that for now. But I know there's going to be more water up there. But that's supposed to be like behind this waterfall rather than this part, which is to the side of it. Officially. Okay, so they can just walk over. That's not what I was intending to do, actually. What am I talking about? What am I actually doing? I just said that I was gonna do something that's not this. This is what I mean when I say, like, I lose focus a lot. Honestly, half the development time is just me trying to remember what I was doing the moment before. That's also not what I wanted to do. Back on me. Focus. So this is going to come down like over there. I could be really evil and leave a hidden item over there. Maybe make a secret way to get it. Maybe make this like a dive pool. I'm gonna do it. I had no intention of that happening, but I'm gonna do it. What if I made all of these dive pools? I don't want it. That's stupid. I think I will make this one though. So that's that cliff, and then the top one. Hey, we got the top. Sure. Now you'll notice that I'm just kind of like letting these cliffs go off the edge of the boundary. That's because once I've got everything set, like for the players area, I'm going to expand the map and add in the outskirts later. Anyway. That's just something that I found is much easier to do. Whoops. Okay, so that's that set of cliffs. Let me correct the water on here to actually match, you know, the land. The cliffs, whatever. Land, what is this? Magic the Gathering? I don't know if there's gonna be room for a dive pool in there. But I want there to be. Easy solution, boom. I can have it be like that. Cool. Rest of the water. This is still gonna be kind of annoying to finish mapping, even though I've done this much. And I will show you why once we get to the waterfalls. I think I want to bring this edge out a little bit. These bits are too thin, but I don't think it can help that. I wouldn't normally put water in these little sections like this, but it helps with giving it the look like these layers are just kind of folding down onto each other. I guess. Let's go with that. Alright, it occurs to me that this isn't going to work. So, let's undo that. Do. The reason that's not going to work is because I need a bit of this cliff to come underneath the player area here and block that off. But again, I'm going to try and keep that relatively uneven looking. Okay, where are we at? So we now have the left side and the bottom side more or less complete. For a purpose of cliffs and where the player can go, that is. Now, these other areas are bothersome. And that's because there's so much tile stuff that needs to go on with coming off of these waterfalls. Like here it's fine because this just spreads out all over here, but I don't want to use that much room because I want the player to be able to walk through this area between these two waterfalls. So, what am I going to do? I'm definitely going to have the player walk up a few more cliff layers here. But that's fine. I just don't want it to be like this. I need to figure out what to do about the water. If I have the player walk up cliff areas, that's going to impede the plan of moving the ice puzzle down here and having the water be up here. But if I have additional cliffs taking them up and over the waterfall, I can keep the water up where it originally was. Which would make sense since that water is going to be diveable. So it makes sense for that to be on a higher elevation. Hell, that could actually come out to the pool over here. So that's what I'll do. I'll have the item be right here. It's not going to be hidden. Okay. That sounds like a plane. Meow. Okay, so these cliffs, firstly, that's going to come out there. We're going to have them go like... Can't do that yet. I need to see how far out I need to come on this side before I can put any cliffs down this way, because otherwise these are going to have to extend and they might round into the cliffs that I placed now. I hope that makes some degree of sense. Anyway, let me see what I can do with the top of this waterfall. I'm going to add another cliff layer, because the problem is that I have too many, so obviously the solution is to add another one. The reason I'm doing that is just to look more naturally rounded off. By the way, if you didn't know, I'm using right click to pick up these different tiles that are already on the map. That works. So you can also hold shift right click to pick up a specific tile from an auto tile. Whoops, that's not right click at all. So like I just shift right click that. Now I can, if I just shift right click that on the right layer this time so that what I'm actually saying works. Now I drop that specific bit of water. If I did that without shift clicking, it would just drop that. Little RPG Maker lesson. Anyway, so I was up here. I'm gonna have to put this on the third layer so that I can put this bendy bit on the layer below it behind that corner. You know what? I'm thinking if I'm going to have a dive circle up here, I may as well have it be part of these circly things too, right? But if I do that, then this current layer of cliff stuff that I'm making is not actually going to go this direction. It's going to go this direction, which contributes to the problem of having the player walk up that giant cliff thing, but I don't know, it might be hashtag worth because it's going to extend the circle water pattern we have over here. So I'm gonna do that. I want this to be a little bit bigger. And in fact, why don't I just have that look like it's coming down from a waterfall above? That waterfall is not going to be waterfallable though, because that's not on the area above it. What would that look like if it were? And you get a sneak peek at this map too. Yeah, that will be like right here. This map looks kind of vacant, to be honest, but that's fine. That ice puzzle is supposed to be vacant. Not like you can put anything in water. Actually, you can put things in water. What am I talking about? Very important rocks. Just because. Just because. There. The map now looks slightly less vacant. Like, I don't want to put anything up here though, because it would look bad to have like just a random rock sitting in the middle of everything, like that. That would look bad. You know what else would look bad? That. Anyway, I'm getting distracted from my current target map. So let me not do that. Anyway, I was just seeing if a waterfall would fit up there, but it's not going to. So yeah, there's going to be some rocky bits. I'm going to have to increase the height of this map. Whoops. That waterfall, no. This whole water thing, actually. It's going to go up a little bit. And then waterfall. And then waterfall, thank you. So anyway. Where were we? Cliffy bits are going this way. I need cliff bits to come around this waterfall up here. Cliffy bits, again, are the technical term. Hello? Can you... Oh, that's in the second there. Alright. These are gonna come down like that. It's been forever since I've heard this song. Alright, is that correct? I'm thinking that's correct. And I'm not going to worry about any of these cliffs coming off of that, because they're not going to be in the player area. So, what do we want to do with this ice section? I want this cliff to be separate. And as a result, if that's going to be separate, I don't need this upper section. So let me just undo all of my doing that in the first place. Sound good? Alright, we're gonna have this cliff. What do we want to do? Let's go like... creates a nice rounded area, right? Being a bit clumsy, aren't I? Cool. Alright, so there's the upper border, and now I just have to connect everything in this area. You, Mr. Cliffser thing. I don't know what I want to do with you. I kind of don't like how that's open there. Unless I had that as a staircase coming up. Let's do that. Didn't actually mean to grab that tile, but it worked out. How's that? That's fine. Let's bring that up though. And... okay, cool. So now this is going to come around and be on the underside of that ice, so that's going to be separated out. I'll put an object there so there's not that awkward divide. And I'm pretty sure I can connect these. Let's see, let me count the elevation. This is 6 cliffs above, and we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this connects to that. That was the wrong tile to grab, actually. If we're gonna do that, then I'm gonna change the placement of that corner. So in that case, I need this to come right down here. See, again, that's another case where I don't want this little offshoot from the player ice thingy. Can go away with that, though. Looks a little too angular for my liking personally, but whatever. And then this bit, I would normally bring the cliff edge right along that way, but since this is like an overhang part on the waterfall, I feel like I have to have that corner doodly bit business, technical term again, hanging off like that. Alright, so now I'm just down to this area. I do want to be sure that stairs take the player right up here. I think I will put the stairs over here actually. And I don't want to put them all together because that's going to look weird. I have 7 stair tiles I need to place, so that's 3, and we have 2 and 2. Let's see how that works. Wow, such stair, very elevation. I was not originally planning on having stairs or having this elevated or having these be circles, but I like the circle idea enough that I don't mind elevating things. Besides, it's not like the encounters won't happen on the stairs anyway, so it's okay. If I'm taking this much liberty with this edge, I can bring this one down a bit.
What is your substance? Where are you made? That millions of strange shadows.
Did I miscount? No, but that's just not gonna work.
One shade, and you at one can every shadow run.
Actually, I'm not sure if this is going to work at all, looking at this. Because I'm going to be too cramped to fit the corners in this area. That's also not gonna... Ugh, this is so crowded. This is why I hate cliffs. I should have just given myself more room. But I think it's too late now. I will come for you. Yeah, that's not gonna work at all. Wait a second. I have all my clips accounted for. What was that other staircase doing? Alright, this might work after all. We'll see. It's gonna be close. Actually, mission failed. Mission failed hardcore. Look at this. How did I manage that? There's 2 pieces here. And I only accounted for 1. That's fine. I'm just shifting everything up a layer. Which honestly makes that piece look better. So that's fine. And I have that and can just go up this way. Alright. Crisis averted. So, now that I have the entire Plarea? Oh my god, Ame, learn English. Not Ameise. Just sounds like a gross version of mayonnaise. Alright, now that I have the entire player area, I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, player area defined, I'm going to look at the boundary and expanding the map. So, we get to do some counting. The horizontal edges with the game screen, the player can see up to 8 tiles on either side and 6 on the top and bottom, but I make it 9 and 7 just to be super safe, so I'm going to count 9 pixels from the furthest the player can get towards the edge of this map. So on the right we have, 2 tiles in between how far the player can go and where the edge of the map is, so I'm going to need to add 7 on that side. On this side looks like there's only 1 tile, so I need 7 and 8 to add for the horizontal. And then top, that's 2 and that's 2, so that's going to be adding 10. So I need to add 15 and 10 map size. That makes it 65 by 50, which is about the size of most of the cave maps in this this area, which means my goal of picking a smaller map has actually failed. GG me. Alright, so now we're gonna recenter this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Now we're gonna fill in the lower layer. Thank you. Alright, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is fill in all this white space on the edge of the map with cliffs, so that it doesn't just like look like a void where the cliffs cut off. The cliffs will cut off at the edge of the map, but that's fine because the player is never going to see it. Only weird people who open the game in the error, like me, or people who watch this video and see that that's what's going on, will see it. So I just called you all weird, but it's okay because I love you more for it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna pause the video while I do this because this takes forever and it's not especially interesting. Let me do just a small bit of it, just to kind of explain how this goes. So like, let's start on this edge since there are lots of cliffy bits here. Start at the top. I want to keep the circle pattern going up here, I think. So I'm probably gonna just... That was the fill tool. Thank you, fill tool. That's not what I wanted. I'm probably just gonna have it round up to the side here. Then off that way. And this is going to follow the same pattern. I wish they were closer together, to be honest. This one I'm going to keep closer together. I think I want to make like another pseudo circle over here. I don't normally do circles in cliff maps, by the way, so I feel like this just became a bad example, but I thought the idea would be really cool here because there's going to be something in this space here, and I wanted to like lead up to it. I feel like having to use waterfall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 times. That's like leading up to it, right? It's not annoying. The sad part is most of the time players are going to go there and not see anything. I weep for their loss. That was wrong. Also wrong. I do get clumsy, but it's fine because mistakes are easily reversed. Alright. Just about done here. Done with this very small section. Not done with anything at all. What am I talking about? Alright, so you just see how I'm kind of filling things in based on the cliff tiles that are already left hanging. And that's what I'm going to continue doing. After that, like, in a space like this, after I bring out the tiles from the edge of the waterfall here, I'm probably just going to add some more tiles to round out the corners. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for the sake of length, and I'll show you guys what it looks like once I'm done. Okay, we are just about done. That didn't take too long. You'll notice I kind of cheaped out on some of the corners, but that's fine because nobody's going to see those, and if they do, nobody's going to care. So we now have the cliffs done. I'll just scan around and let you take a closer look about how I handled filling that in. So now it's time to clean up everything that's not a cliff. Like, for instance, I haven't put my staircase in here yet. So let me do that. And then I think I need one up here. Yeah, I do. That's not what I intended to do. Actually, this isn't going to work because I need the staircase. So, I'm going to put that like that. Upper layer, lower layer. There we go. Now I need rocks to block this waterfall from waterfalling. So that's what actually these are for. They are not for decoration like I was using in the other map. But yellow. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add my waterfalls in here too. There are 3 waterfall tiles, and these things are only 1 tile tall in most cases, so I think I'm just not going to worry about using the other tiles. We'll see how that works after I remove, I'm going to waterfall down from here. I remember I have a different reason for putting the dive thing up here, so. Waterfall. Waterfall to your death. Oops, spoilers. You know, speaking of spoilers, it's kind of sad to be making this area right now because I know that nobody's going to find this place until like episode 14 or 15 just because of the HMs you need to get here. That being waterfall. But you know, hashtag yellow, whatevs. May as well make it now. The great Omni Cave must be complete. I say it's the Omni Cave because it's spanning like, firstly, it's swallowing up 2 existing caves. And thirdly, or was that secondly? I forget, that was a long time ago. I just said it, but that was such a long time ago. Anyway, it's a big place. Okay, so gotta clean up my waterfalls. Firstly, I'm gonna get rid of these little things in front of it, because that's not a thing that should be a thing. Waterfall base tile, and there's no crest on that one. There's no crest on this one either. But I do have to put the base on and get rid of that. So that looks better. There's no crest or base in the middle one, so that's fine. And then there's these little 2-in-1 things. Okay, I'm gonna see how this looks if I add the base and the top crest, whatever. That doesn't look awful, right? Let's see. Not sure how I feel about that, but I'll do it. These, I have no choice but to just do the middle, because either the base or the crest. Well, actually the crest might not look bad. Is that bad? That's not bad. I'm surprised at how not bad that is. Let's do that. I feel quite a bit better about that. I haven't done 1-tile waterfalls before, so this is a learning experience for me as well. I'm using the shift right click to correct these water tiles, by the way. And you'll notice that I'm not like putting the corner edges here in front of the waterfall, just because that looks better. With waterfalls specifically, not with most things. Normally I would be putting corner edges in. What was this for? That was for that. That was for... Alright, I think we're set for those. Okay, the next thing... Probably correct the ice, huh? That might help. Alright, I have to figure out what I want to do with this ice puzzle. I don't think I want it to span that wide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag out this cliff. That'll help contain the ice puzzle to something more reasonable for an area. Because, you know, I always make reasonable puzzles. Real talk, I'm pretty dissatisfied with some of the recent ones. I did not expect Route 2's puzzle to be so frustrating. I mean, I guess I get why, because it's like 4 puzzles in one. It's the jump puzzle, it's the jump puzzle with the ledges, it's push the crustle through the jump puzzle, it's figure out what to do with the crustle in the first place and then jump on it. And then you have to carry the power through the jump puzzle, avoiding the shaking bits, and it's a whole mess. I can see why it's frustrating, but I hoped it would be readable for people. So that was kind of a failure in that regard. Apologies for those who are aggravated at that. Although every time I try to ask somebody exactly what was frustrating about it, they're like, well, I was drunk when I did it. Well, no wonder you're gonna have trouble with it. No offense to anybody who was drunk and frustrated at that puzzle. Anyway. What else? Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna bring this ice area all the way up. All the way up here. It's kind of awkward to have it occupy this section here, but actually, I wonder if I can use that. If I have it like boom, 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 boom. How about I have it stop there? And that's the way up. Eh? Eh? I'm giving you the solutions. Okay, so now I need to make sure that there's no other way to get to that section. I think it works. However, let's not put that rock on the wrong tile. That might help. I've been kind of doing pretty barren ice puzzles just because the rocks that you put in the middle make it easier. Actually, for any areas that aren't square. So let's see, let me make sure there's not some solution I'm missing. That is the solution that I'm missing. I'll fix that later. By fix, I mean... this isn't going to work. This is going to be way too easy. Especially since I can just go left here. What am I thinking? Goodness. Do you see how I design puzzles? I don't. I just kind of try things until they work. So in that case, let's try to make the goal to be up in here. Up in her. Let's make it come from this way. There we go. So the goal is to get here. You do that by getting here. Maybe we can have the ice puzzle. Alright, let's have it stop. Alright, let's figure this out. Ame, come on. Can't have it go there. Okay, I'm gonna have to correct the shape of this, otherwise it's not gonna work. So now at this point, all you have to do is land there, which you can't do, because you may as well just go up there, which you can't do. Gotta fix that too. Okay, that's good. So now in order to get there... Sorry, I'm just gonna pause the video for the sake of time while I figure out this puzzle. Okay, so I have both ice puzzles done now. Again, in the interest of time, I'm gonna pause it until I finish this because this is gonna be tedious and there's not going to be much to explain until I finish correcting the tiles around the water. Okay, that's done. So next up, we're gonna apply the same tile to the main areas that the player is gonna walk on. And, I mean, that's a preferential thing, but that's just kind of how I decided this area is going to work, and it's going to help a lot to distinguish the traversable areas from the, well, not traversable areas. So as I'm looking at this map again, I'm getting another idea of the cliff, so I'm just gonna blah real quick like. I just want to bring these together because that's gonna look a little bit more natural. You know how stupid me, never mind. There was a reason I didn't do that in the first place, and the reason is because those things would be left hanging. But that would look better if it were a thing. However, it's not a thing. So anyway, what we have to do instead, since that snow covered part is going to be on the same elevation, which is what I was trying to avoid by doing that, which I can't do, we're going to use these tiles here to just kind of work around it. So let's just, flip. I also want the snow to be around the ice too, because that blends better than this dark stuff. So there's actually going to be quite a bit of snow in this walkable area still, which is not quite so true in the other caves, just this floor happens to be a poor example. And you might blame me for choosing this as a poor example. And that could be justified, for sure, but I was not actually originally intending on doing this floor for the video. I was going to do the floor above it, which I'll show as soon as I finish getting distracted on my way to clicking it. This one, which I already showed earlier, so I don't mind, because this is much more straightforward. It does not have circly bits everywhere. Circly bits. But the reason I didn't end up doing that on the video was because I was making that when I was not at home. So yeah. You know what, let's just not do that. Again, we're going to have to crack these tiles around here. But that's going to take significantly less time than doing around the water because there were so many different ones around the water.
You wash my tears away. You make me
See, that's that. Okay. Up here, we're gonna do, I guess we'll do these. I probably wouldn't normally do the snowy floors in between each place, but there's currently a lack of this kind of tile, so let's go for it. That's incorrect. Did I mess up again? I messed up again. That's why there is that extra tile. I am really dumb. Alright, let's fix this. What am I doing? Literally, what am I doing? Okay, that's all correct. Except for not really. Wow, I can't believe I did that. I'm gonna have to pause the video and figure this out. I hate pausing the video so much because it really... I need a new video editor because pausing the video and compiling things together takes like 18 hours because I'm using a stupid processor. Video processor. If anyone knows a good like footage editor, let me know. That's why I haven't continued the Nuzlocke either. Anyway, boop bop. Okay, so that was a really stupid mistake. Basically the problem was I looked over a hanging cliff and organized all the other cliffs to fit around that missing one, so there wasn't really a good solution for that, so I kind of just cheesed and made a new tile for that cliff to slide out of existence, which I didn't want to do. I did a lot in Eolia out of necessity, and I've been trying very hard to avoid doing it in here, but oops, so that's embarrassing. Anyway, let's move on. I was still cleaning up the other tiles around this area. Should not take very long. Really? I didn't get that one? I thought I got it like 3 times. And then this layer? I say layer, not actually meaning layer, but like this part of the elevation. Making sure to get under the row of the tiles around it too, not just in front of it, because those are going to look bad if they have snow under them. That's going to blend poorly. Attention to detail, which I'm actually bad at. Especially when I miss the obvious things like, you know, an entire cliff disappearing. But don't worry. I'll still say on my resume that I have good attention to detail. Because that's what everybody wants. I know you were worried about that, by the way. That's why I said don't worry. Alright, I think that's a wrap for that. Okay, so now that we have all the floors corrected, the ice is in a good place. I do have to fix up the tiles around the ice. But this isn't quite as involved a process. It's just these corners here. The straight, snowy cliffs actually don't look bad with the ice, but the I like to use these corner pieces instead. Just, you know, so it's less obvious that it doesn't blend. The snow doesn't blend into the ice at all, but they're both light enough that I'm willing to let it slide, no pun intended. Okay, so there's that. I believe the only thing left to do at this point is add some detail to the map, which is going to come in the form of, firstly, these. Just little rocks across the ground, because why not? There's not a whole lot of room for them on this map though, which is why I'm putting them in relatively densely in the areas that there is room. Secondly, this. We're going to put this on the third layer. Again, these can only go on the darker tile because it doesn't make sense to have water pooling on snow. Can that fit? No, it doesn't. So we're kind of limited in what we can do with those. The rest is up to these loose rocks and stuff, which I'm just gonna zoom out and scatter somewhat randomly according to what I think looks relatively neat. Hey look, another missing cliff. Doo-doo-doo. After this map is going to be just about finished, although it does occur to me I did make these spiky bits to go around the lower levels, so I'll probably drop a few of those. I'm on the third level, or third layer right now, which I haven't really used until this point, so I have no fear of like overriding cliffs or anything with putting these around, which is exactly why I avoid using the third layer and such, except for random objects in caves only. A lot of times in other places you have to use the third layer a lot, or I have to use the third layer a lot. I don't know what you have to do, that's up to you. Alright, not gonna go too crazy. I am gonna drop some of these around. And I'll also these, because these always look cool, little ice crystals, right? It's like Yolia Valley all over again. Too bad nobody's going to be here for like ever. I'm putting these in kind of densely, and that's going to take a while, but I'm really just going to scour them. After that, the map's going to be done. So there's the cave, ice cave, spragging demonstration. Thank you guys for watching my probably 2-hour long video by now. Episode 13 is underway. Kidding, forgot a couple things. I'm done with the dropping crystals everywhere though, or ice things everywhere though, so you can see about how thickly I did that. I think it looks pretty good at this point. So I'm definitely going to go up and add them on the other map I showed you. Just because I forgot to do that. I'm reserving these ice crystals for the basement areas only. And this is indeed a basement floor, but dive area is the thing, which I forgot to do. Alright, very dramatic. I'm sure you could never have figured that out yourself if I didn't show you how to do that. Anyway, so this is the video for real. Also, this place is big. Pierce Mountain is the biggest cave in the game currently, and that was 6 floors, but 2 of them were really small. This place is 9 floors, and that's not even all of it. I'm going. I have much more to do. Goodbye.